everybody, this is Ginger and this is Ginger's Chat Show, and it's Monday, November 10th, 2025. I hope all is well. I had a wonderful visit with my daughter and my ex-husband. It was fun down there. It was relaxing, and I kind of needed to, get away and everything. And, now that I'm back, we're back to the old grind here. There's a couple of things we could talk about today. The reason why I'm wearing these is that I have osteoarthritis in my fingers. So it's, especially in this knuckle. And so when I'm trying to type, my fingers don't work so well. So I wear these, and I'm typing easier and better, which is good. So, the old throes of getting older. Wish we didn't have to go through this. Anyway, we're going to be discussing Veterans Day, which is tomorrow. Normally it's on a Monday, but tomorrow is actually Veterans Day, the 11th. Because it's the 11th day of November, 11th hour. And that was when World War I ended. So it was it was a very difficult time in that time period. This is over 100 years ago, which is hard to believe. Of course, now all the former World War I veterans are now gone. I think the last one passed away about a year or two ago. I can't remember his name, but he did serve. He served in the army. He served over in France. So anyway, in all the wars the U.S. have been in or declared and undeclared, I want to thank all the veterans who survived and thank you for the service to our country. Many of you are still alive and kicking and reminding everybody what we need to remember. Okay? So many stories now are almost being forgotten. But we need to remember our history so we don't repeat the same mistakes again. You think it's a human race, you think we would learn, right? So I'm thankful that they did so because we could keep our freedoms. Now, speaking of freedoms, we're still fighting the MAGAs and the Project 2025 idiots and Taco Downing. They can't seem to get it through their thick, stupid skulls that our country was set up for a reason, and we escaped from tyranny for a reason, okay, from many different parts of the world. Why can't we all accept each other for who we are and celebrate diversity? I mean, what's wrong with that? You have some of these idiots that I don't really trust, like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't think she knows what she really wants. Okay, I think she's confused. Of course, over the weekend, the Senate, some Democrats put out a proposal to the Republicans. Like some of the mega Republicans, and of course you have the regular conservative Republicans that don't belong with MAGA. They don't believe in them. But there was a Senate vote that was passed to reopen the government and get things moving again. Because many of the conservative GOP are seeing the bad effects of what Trump and the MAGAs are doing. Well, the MAGAs need to be shoved out of the chambers, voted out, or no, just cut off and prevented from voting. And we vote legislation through. I think that's what should happen. And especially in the House with Mike Johnson, he's not doing his job properly, okay? He's following Trump's orders where he should be following the legislative branch's job. No, it should be independent of the executive branch. I refuse to call Trump president. He's not my president. Never has been, okay? He doesn't even act like one, okay? So, I strongly suggest that you push back on that, okay? Keep yelling at the Senate, keep yelling at the House, and say, come on guys, let's get back to work here. Let's get things back the way it should be. Okay? Put everything back. Rehire everybody. I mean everybody. And then go after those that broke the law. Federal law. Okay? Frankly, I think the House and Senate should go after, not only after Trump, but also to get rid of Stephen Miller. Get him out of there. Get rid of, which I mean equals to firing. Fire him. Stephen Miller broke a number of federal laws. And he should be in prison for it. He really should. Because he's condoning everything that Trump is doing. And he's whispering all these little ideas to Trump. And Trump has no, he can't even think, do critical thinking. He didn't know how. He's not fully aware of how his actions and actions of MAGA, or MAGA, or whoever you call them. I call them MAGA rats. No offense to the rats, but MAGA rats. MAGA weasels. No offense to the weasels. How they affect other people in this country. Okay? Now, what part of no, you don't understand, Trump, Taco Donnie? SNAP is put there for a reason. It's in federal law. It's part of the agricultural law, Agricultural Act. So leave SNAP alone and let the benefits go out to those that really need it. Why do you think there's job losses? Because of your stupidity. Okay? You're being stupid. The executive branch is being stupid. And I think now the courts need to stop playing around. And if Trump won't comply with any of the things that they required him to do, throw his ass in jail. Throw him in there for contempt of court and keep him there until he starts doing what he's supposed to do. Ignore the fact that Trump is the so-called president. He's breaking the law. Per the Constitution, the President of the United States is required to follow federal law. Okay? And he shouldn't, right then and there, prior to him to being sworn in the second time, they should have said, it's not going to happen. And had the tally counts checked again. And if there is actual evidence there that uh, Elon Musk had bought the votes and everything and changed the numbers, then he should be held accountable. Because like I stated before, a number of times, that during the last year's election, why did the numbers go up so fast on Trump's side? And why did they call it so quickly? Normally, you don't know. Normally, in a presidential election, you won't know the results until the next day, pretty much the next day. Each state is set up differently as far as voting goes. They follow the general procedures and everything, but they have a little bit different. Each have a different method of how they do it. Okay. Not all towns, small tiny towns, small villages, don't have the, how should I say this? They don't have the technology and the advancements like the bigger towns, little bigger towns, and medium-sized cities and towns, as the big cities, big metropolises. Okay. So the small, tiny towns and villages, it takes them longer to communicate the numbers or the results of the elections there in their respective cities or small towns and villages. Okay. Some take forever. Especially those in the outlying area, like in Alaska, like in Hawaii, and the territories. Okay. Now, where Trump gets the idea that Puerto Rico and the outlying territories are not part of the United States. Yes, they are part of the United States. They're American citizens too. Okay. They're free to travel from here to here. Okay. So really, they don't really need a passport to come in here. They're U.S. citizens. And what I think who should be deported is Trump and company. He should be deported. He should have a citizenship stripped. He keeps trying to strip everybody else's, but he's going to find out that's not going to work. Okay? Now, those, like, he doesn't for example, let me give you an example. Those that serve in the armed forces, right, around the world, are stationed in various military facilities, right? For example, I was born on a military base, okay? Well, he didn't understand the fact that when I'm born on a military base, I am a U.S. citizen too, okay? But he doesn't seem to get this, okay? And he's never really learned and never saw or walked anybody else's shoes of what different lifestyles there are. He thinks there's only one lifestyle, his. But we need to push back, okay? And I think we're winning. I think we really are. I hope the House, Hakeem Jeffries, what I suggest to them is to lock out the MAGAs there, including Speaker Johnson. Lock them out of the chambers. Don't allow them in. Do the vote. And do a simple majority vote. It doesn't have to be 60 votes. It could be a simple majority. And say, hey, it's already done, said and done. And Hakeem Jeffries sign off on it. So what? He's a minority leader. He has more brains than Johnson does. And I hope next year during the midterms that the MAGAs are no longer. We need to kick them out of there. We really do. We need to kick out the GOP and get more independents in there. Okay? What I strongly suggest is start up another party to replace the GOP. GOP is useless now. Okay? They're just basically no more. So you need to get two more parties in there. And work together to solve the problems. We know what the problems are, okay? We know what need to be done, but we need to have step-by-step thing to solve the problems and do it with priority. I don't know why the MAGAs don't use critical thinking and really stop and think, well, like, wait a minute, this is going to affect everybody. But they're too blind to Trump's antics and Stephen Miller's antics. They're not thinking critically. So that's why they should not be in office. If people think I'm radical about that, I go, no, I just seen too much. Through all the years that I've been around circling the planet, or not circling the planet, circling the sun, I seen and heard a lot. And it's like the big question, why is the human race doing this to ourselves? Why do we do this to ourselves? Really? That's gotta stop. And not until we get to Mars. I suggest ship some off to Mars. But I'll bet you not very many people will go. So anyway, I will let you go. I will post this video on my YouTube channel. And let's see, let me check my calendar real quick here. Hold on a second. Let's see. 1 minute. I will see you on Monday the 12th, or not Monday. Sorry. I will see you on Wednesday the 12th, November 12th. And it's at 1 o'clock as always. I go, for those that don't know, and it's new to this, my podcasts are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yes, we're back to standard time here. I'm tired of this going back and forth, but Pacific Standard Time. And as always, life gets in the way, and sometimes I have to cancel. But I will, add more of the content to the next video. More than anything. So anyway, I hope all is well. And take care. Be sure to insist, persist, and push back. And we're doing a good job at it. And watch Substack, because they got loads of inside information. Also, I have a newsletter that I signed on to called 1440 newsletter. If you don't know what 1440 means, 1440 is the year back in medieval times, 1440 is the year that the printing press was invented. That's how the word was put on paper. And so if you read the newsletter, they have very good fact-based information that's going on. Not all those crap you get from Fox News and everything else. So, anyway, I will see you on Wednesday. Take care. Love to all. Now I'll talk to you later on the next video. Okay? Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.